Storm Track Weather Alert Day in effect for Thursday evening as we're tracking another round of potential severe storms that's likely after sundown and into early Friday morning, with all potential severe impacts here across the area. Damaging winds and hail, maybe a couple tornadoes, and even some flooding if we see some continuous rain in the same areas. We're watching this as we've had the same boundary over the area for about the last day or so. This is what brought some showers to northwestern Missouri last night, but as we have a bit of a better setup today, that's where we'll face more of those storms again. Now, if you're headed out early before these storms arrive, make sure you've got that sunscreen on hand, as we'll actually have some pretty clear skies before that those storms make their way in. Actually, that UV index up to a 10 can burn you close to a quarter of an hour, so even if you're just outside for a quick jog, you want that sunscreen on hand here. And also, let's look at our heat indexes through the day. Highs very similar to what we had the last few days in those mid-90s, but this moisture that's being pulled in by that boundary is probably going to put those feels-like temperatures into those triple digits late in the afternoon. So that's the time to, if you can, stay indoors, but if you have to be out, make sure that you're staying hydrated. Want to have that water bottle on hand all day long, and again, with all that heat and moisture, that is going to lead to another chance for some storms, likely after sundown here, even maybe closer to midnight with what some of these models are showing, but that could also lead to some of those hanging around for the Friday morning commute. We can see that severe risk is 2 out of 5 for most of mid-Missouri. That's particularly north of I-70, where we're going to see that boundary settling later on today, and that will just be more of those severe impacts or ingredients are together here later today. We can still see those very warm temperatures on this future track out ahead of this system. This is where we're, again, going to easily see those feels like into those triple digits, and then those storms arriving. This particular model really trying to push those in after midnight, and that's particularly north of I-70, again, where that better setup for severe weather is. We'll continue to follow that, likely in those same areas into tomorrow morning. That's about 5 a.m. where we might be getting out on the roads very early. By this point, that severe impact, or that severe potential, I should say, going to start to dwindle off, but certainly might still be a little bit of a wet commute if some of us are getting out very early in the morning. By about 9 to 10 a.m., this also trying to keep some of those showers across our northern counties. So again, if you're just headed out on the roads early tomorrow, want to look out for that as well. And then thankfully behind that, some good news out of that system is that it will actually bring some cooler temperatures, still in the 90s all weekend, but we're going to see some less humidity. So this is actually about what it'll feel like, closer to those mid to low 90s by the time we get into Friday and Saturday. Still, all those severe impacts are possible by this evening, particularly that damaging wind and hail. We'll see the flooding if that sets up in the right areas north of I-70, and also, as always, just a very low end chance here for those tornadoes across mid-Missouri. So want to stay aware for all of those severe impacts, and it will bring that brief break in the heat, but we're already pushing some records by next week and could see some of these actual temperatures into the triple digits again.